Hello. Thank you, Marianne, for such a big explanation. You already took some slides of me. But anyway, I would like to present my institution and a little bit more to tell about the project what I manage, and more I will focus on 2 from 6 activities. So my name is Ilze Dumina and I represent Society Integration Foundation. As Marianne said, it's independent state institution, if we can call, or it's public foundation, which has separate law on our tasks, functions, and in this year we will turn 18. And yeah, we have been going through a lot of experience, but mainly the objective is to financially support and to promote integration of society and to promote civil participation. And in last 5 years, we started to conduct projects by ourselves as well, because there were bigger issues what we wanted to raise in our country. Our institution is subordinated not to the ministries. We are subordinated to the Prime Minister. There is only 2 institutions in Latvia who are subordinated by under the Prime Minister. It's Bureau of Corruption and our Integration Fund. So that's why I said that we are independent, and sometimes it's very hard because we are talking about sensitive issues and we don't have no institutions which supports us because each ministry has some political support, and sometimes we are kind of alone. Our decision-making body is council, which consists of 18 members. There is 6 ministers, 1 representative from President office, 5 regions of Latvia, and 6 NGO members. And implementation body is Secretariat of Social Integration Foundation, and we are 30 employees. At the moment, we are implementing 5 state programs, which are linked with diaspora issues, with NGO support, with capacity building. But as well, as I said, we have a fund for European aid to the most deprived people, what we are coordinating. At the moment, there are 5 types of support packages. And we implement project diversity promotion, which is supported by European Social Fund, and I am a manager of the project. The project started in 2016 and will last till 2022. So we are kind of in a middle. It was already selected, and our institution was entrusted with this invitation to implement project about diversity issues, on non-discrimination issues. But then came, we can call it migration crisis, and our project was extended, and I will talk a little bit later about social worker and social mentor support to refugees, asylum seekers. So part of activities were, and the money was divided and taken from other activities in order to support asylum seekers. The total amount of the project is 6.8 million, and mainly we would like to help 3,100 persons who are subjected to very, very, very big risk of social exclusion. These are people who are excluded from everything, from everywhere, and somehow nobody sees them, and sometimes institutions, it is very comfortable to not see the problem. So the number is not so big, but it is individual work what needs to be conducted with these people in order to get them back into society. And it was estimated that approximately there will be 390 people, asylum seekers, and the refugees and persons with alternative or subsidiarity status in Latvia, which will need our help. Yeah, this is the number, 390. There is no missing any nulls. These are very small, but again, as I said, it's something new and very individual work that we are conducting. There are 6 activities for different vulnerable groups. There are motivation programs for people subject to risks of social exclusion and discrimination. This is what I was talking previously about people who are out of all of support. We conducted study on gender budgeting practices and wrote some recommendation how it can be implemented in state and municipal budgeting. There is 2 activities supporting employers. We provide education activities of social inclusion and non-discrimination issues to employers and to employees. We teach how to be more open to otherness, to be not so with prejudice when you are implementing diversity management, and how to open all of your staff. And the second is support activities. When you start to do something in your workspace, you want to be inclusive, you need to support, because there are barriers each time. Do I do right, do not? And we even can make some celebration, and it's quite similar to diversity charter, what we are giving each year. Last year was the first in Latvia when we started to give
Prize.
Yeah,
Award.
like a prize award for good things, what employers do. And 2 more activities, social work and social mentor service for asylum seekers and refugees, and awareness raising campaign for diversity, tolerance and non-discrimination. Let's focus on this social work and social mentor support. I will give some infographics, what we have prepared for our clients, and we are giving what we are doing in easy language. It is in a 5 language. I brought in English. So please take who wants to go more deeper in this issue. I will divide. So social worker and social worker and social mentor service include support to a person during the transition stage of integration. I heard it was like coach, it is caseworker. We focus on social work and on mentoring by shaping an understanding regarding the life in this new society, by acquisition of the skills needed for everyday life. We help to develop and create new skills. We ensure 5 social workers and 30 social mentors. It is if there would be a maximum amount of people who could come, but at the moment there is just 2 and 11 social mentors who are needed and who can cope and ensure all of services. 1 social worker is calculated for 30 to 120 clients. It depends on on intensity of complexity of the case. And one social mentor is for 5 or for 20 clients. It can be one social worker per family if it's 5, or it can be for 20 individuals. And we help to all of 3 of these groups, asylum seekers, who are coming to Latvia under EU relocation program. We help to person arriving to Latvia independently, and as well persons with refugee or alternative status. It is not so. It wasn't meant so these 3 years ago. It was, we needed even to a little bit fight for that the social service can be ensured for all of these 3 groups, because our government wanted to focus only on asylum seekers under European relocation program. All who came independently, they can live independently and so on. But yeah, I need to focus one more time that before 2016, when started our project, and before migration crisis, Latvia wasn't focused on social help to people. There was only procedure of documentation, and that's all. There was no social work or any other social help. And then Latvia elaborated action plan, and one big focus was to guarantee this social economic help for people. Social worker is cooperating with social mentor, elaborating social economic inclusion plan. And of course there is the needs of the client, how to ensure, how draw up a list of the necessary consultations, introduce with the rights and obligations. And social work and social mentor service is ensured for people for 3 months during asylum seeking process, and for 12 months after obtaining the status. So
but
what
you have to know that they usually receive the decision. They usually receive the decision within 3 months. So
usually receive only these people who came under the EU program. If they come by themselves, it can take 8, 9, or even more months. Then social work and social mentor is all the time next to the person till the person gets the final decision, and afterwards, if the decision is positive. So there will be one more infographic about numbers. In 2017, there was monthly support given to 180 people. In 2018, already the number is decreasing. It's 90 people per month approximately. And in this year, it's already 70 persons are served per month. And it is shrinking, and even it starts, the talks are starting, maybe we don't need such a service. So the numbers, politicians like big numbers in order to ensure state help. In 3 years' time, service were guaranteed for 786 people, and 71% of them have left the country after the receiving status, in close time after receiving the status. So mostly nobody wants to stay in Latvia. There are a little bit more than 10 people in Latvia who are under the resettlement program. All of people who came here under resettlement have left. And 33 people have been moved for the secondary time, mostly because of documents, and when they received new documents, so they left us again. Till now, the service is provided by 2 NGOs. One of them is Latvian Red Cross. At the moment, they are providing as well because NGOs are selected during the procurement process, and yeah, and it will last till 2022. What will be afterwards? Now we have a new struggles, new fights in front of us. How to make this service to be long-lasting and to be as a normal part of social service in our country. Before I'm going to awareness-raising campaign, Marianne is not showing me anything. Status quo about Latvia. I wanted to show a video again, so I would not need to talk so much, but okay, so I need to explain a little bit. But mainly, only 20% of Latvian inhabitants have no prejudice against different regions. It was already said before that there is a small practice or small contact have been for these people with different ethnic, but we already have a prejudice and stereotypes that we don't want to work with them or to have them in neighbors. And we are in 37 rank out of 38 countries that our integration policy are not so welcome. So this is one of the worst place in the MIPEX index context. And 1/3 of society believe that national efforts what have been done to combat discrimination have been ineffective. So our project took this goal to make one big effective campaign. In order to start this campaign, we conduct strategy, and it was developed. We measured the current level of awareness and understanding about the issues of social inclusion and discrimination, about measured the most effective ways how to reach the target groups. We were searching for good practices abroad and selected the most appropriate ways how we need to talk with our society, and determined creative solution. And it is a little bit different from other campaigns what have been in Latvia till this time. So from 2018, from the middle of 2018, we started to implement a strategy-based campaign for 5 years. It's not like a short-term strategy or short-term awareness-raising campaign. No, it's a long-term, so we will try to change the values and attitudes. So there will be 5 different years with 5 different focuses, thematic years. Last year was the first year, and we were focusing on asylum seekers and refugees, appealing to society to see the human side of the refugee. This year is more focused on ethnic discrimination, and next year and the year after the next will be about gender equality, age discrimination, and about disability issues. So I feel you. So let's then finish with this picture slide. In order to achieve some changes, we talked with the people and make accents that everybody's opinion and actions are important. And just, for example, if we create one working space or working position for asylum seeker or for a person with disability, this is already a step towards a target and the problem solution. There have been expert opinions. There are stories about real lives, how they survive in Latvia, why they stayed. There are experience of employers that you don't need to be scared of it, and a lot of activities, and the rank of publication is very high, which mean, and yeah, and we can even feel already the changes, but we will conduct midterm evaluation to see do we understand correctly the study, and do we go in the right direction. But we already feel some changes, because when we started to implement social work and social mentor program, we even needed to hide our specialists, because in a Facebook, in everywhere, they were searching for these people, and they were kind of attacking, but yeah, ienaidnieki.
Just hate.
Yeah, we needed to hide these people because they were guilty. If yeah, but now already we can be proud, and our social mentors are proud, and they can say openly in, for example, on Facebook, "Hey, I'm a social mentor, and I'm looking for apartment. Does somebody have something appropriate?" And so it's already changing. I don't know. Of course, there are internal, external obstacles what can influence it, but it's already have been changed. And yeah, we are doing some voluntary work. We are collecting presents for children who are here in the reception center, and then we are celebrating Christmas, and we are inviting all of society to prepare individual presents. And it's very nice tradition already in a country, we can even say, even if it's only for 40 gifts. So for more contacts, here is my email, or you can follow us on Facebook, but it's in Latvian, I'm sorry, and some others of correspondence, and you are welcome for questions.